Fuck the past. Focus on the future. Because if you don't, your life will suck. Anything you can name, miserable. House, environment, friends, family, support systems, lovers, sex life, wealth, property, everything will be garbage. Because your head's down, focused on the present, or dwelling and complaining about some past, some bullshit that already happened. Nobody's changing that. But you got a universe of possibilities in front of you.
Hello guys, how are you? Good morning, good evening and good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to another episode of Becoming Rockstars with RG. Today I'm having a very special guest. I'm super happy and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm super happy. He is like a sponge. He absorbs all the world culture and he gives you the best suggestion you want. And he is like a pill bottle. He helps you in any problem in your life. And he is like a sounding board. He gives back you fresh idea every single time when you speak to him. And he is like a force for a good. And he is stick of coaching. And in total, he's a empire builder. He's an empire designer. I'm super happy for this opportunity. I first saw him on Evan Carmichael comment session when he's doing live sessions. j-ryze will help Evan in the comment session. That is the first time I saw him and I noticed him. I'm super happy for this opportunity. Today we are going to meet j-ryze Fonceca. I want to know more about his story, his passion, and his empire building. Let's welcome him. Hello.
Hey, am I live? Is this thing working?
Yes, it's working.
Amazing. I'm psyched.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to know your full name.
My full name?
Yes.
Jason Fonseca is my full name. But everybody calls me j-ryze.
Yes, you added that in your name?
One of my clients added it.
Okay.
And then I kept it.
Awesome. And thank you so much. When I first noticed your feed on Instagram, I don't have a positive impact, a positive feeling on you. Seriously, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
Sure.
Yes. But after that, after a couple of days or couple of months, I have gone through your feed and your post. The first impression is I saw only the picture, but the next time I saw your profile, I have gone through the description you wrote. That's where the trust began.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yes. And I want to know how you got into where you are now. The story behind you, the story behind j-ryze.
I mean, it's a pretty long story, but
yes, I know. I have gone through your website. It's well, it's
yeah. So I can tell you, but let me see if I can make it short.
Yeah.
So when I was like a child, when I was small, I was really smart, genius level or whatever, IQ off the charts. They put me in the gifted program, all this stuff. and I was good at art, and I was good at logic, I was good at math, I was good at all kind of things. And so I would use my intelligence to like become popular. Like I would argue with my parents and I would get a later bedtime. Or if I want to like do something, I would argue and speak and I would get what I want. Or at school, like I would make some art or help somebody or like, do their homework or whatever. And then I make friends. So I was really popular, but I was bored in school,
Okay.
right? Makes sense. Like, okay,
Yes.
fine, but
Yes.
school is so boring to me. I feel smarter than the teachers, or they teach too slow for me, or I can learn on my own. So I didn't go to university or college. Instead, I tried to start my own business. And I
Yes,
failed.
like 8 businesses.
Yeah. Like I sometimes say 8 and sometimes I say 11. Because
Okay.
if you count like a paper route, newspaper route or whatever, like childhood job or like some business I started when I was like 8 or 9 or 10, then maybe it's gonna be 11.
Okay.
But whatever. So I say 8. So I failed 8 businesses. And when the last one failed, I ended up evicted from my apartment with my girlfriend, broke, homeless. Then she left, betrayed, put me in jail. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. Can you tell more about that experience?
sure. I mean,
Yes.
like, I could just blame her, oh, she
Okay.
put me in jail. She lied, made up stories. And she did. Like, she ended up, she complained to the police that I did this thing, but I didn't do this thing. But then they have to come. And so as soon as a woman says something like this, they're gonna come and take you away. So then I'm in jail and I'm like, no, look, I didn't, honestly, really, I didn't do anything. But eventually, like, they let me go because she wrote a letter saying, look, I lied. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't think it would go like this. I was just mad and I just said some things. So then they let me go. But it wasn't like, it was also my fault too. Like, it was a hard time and things were stressful and I didn't see the signs and I didn't like understand like her mind and whatever. Like, I shouldn't let it get to that point. But anyways, it is what it is. And there's like a video on my YouTube where I tell the story a little bit more.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I ended up homeless, evicted, broke, alone, abandoned, betrayed, jailed, all this thing. And so then when you're that bad, you fail all businesses, you've done all these things. And I was a genius. Like I started out as a genius and I'm popular with everyone. And now years later, I'm like the biggest failure you can imagine in every way. Then you become depressed, like suicidal.
Yes. Like I saw one thing, right? My death began in a grocery store.
My death began in a grocery
In a
store. It
grocery
did.
store. Yes. Yes.
It
What
did.
about? Yes.
Because, I was working some odd jobs before I started all my businesses. And one of those jobs was at a grocery store. And I remember like it felt like I was dying there anyways, and I was miserable there. And so that's what made me like quit it and start my businesses. So quit my job. I'm smart. I can do all these things. Surely I can start a business. Like I have so many talents. Of course I should be able to, right? But it's arrogant. Like it's conceited, like to think this way. Like, oh, I can do whatever. Because it was harder than I thought, and I didn't know everything. I didn't know anything. So failed other businesses, and so then I got suicidal. And like, since I always want to do things well, like if I make something, I'm gonna do it well on my terms. I want to do it my way. If I'm gonna create a business, I'm gonna do it my way. Everything is my way. This is like my personality. So I want to like kill myself my way, and even that I failed.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. Like, I don't want it to be messy. I don't want to like jump in front of a train, make a mess for everybody. I don't want to like, how am I gonna find a gun and some ammo? I don't have any money. I'm broke. I'm homeless. How am I like? I want a good way. to do it. But even that, I couldn't do it. So then I just laid in a park. Because what is left to do? I fail everything. I cannot even commit suicide properly. Like, this is hilarious. Like, I don't know to laugh or cry. So then I just laid in a park. And if you ever try laying in a park doing nothing,
Sure.
you'll be bored. I think everyone should be bored. I wish I did this earlier. Like, everyone's confused, they're trying, they're struggling, they're hustling, they're trying to do everything, and like nothing is working. You should just take a break. No one tells you this. But go lay down and do nothing in your bed or in a park or somewhere for as long as you can. Be bored. Because then you start to get inspiration. No human being can be bored for too long. Like, it's not possible.
Yes.
If you try to lay down, I bet you cannot lay down and do nothing for more than 12 hours. Maybe
Yes.
24. But so I laid there for like 2 days because I have nothing to do. So even I won't even get myself food. I'm just like getting hungry and starving, and I'm hot and it's whatever. And so like eventually I'm like, all right, I'll just move. Like, I'm so bored of laying here. So then I went to the library and I started helping people on forums, online. I just helping anybody. Because better than doing nothing. And, you know, everyone would ask these questions. And to me, the question's so easy. Like, because I was always smart anyways. I could always answer things and get what I want and make things better. So I just started answering everybody. And they're all like, man, you're so smart. Like, this is a great answer. Thank you, thank you. And they don't know like my story. They don't know anything. They don't know that like I'm homeless and like suicidal or whatever. They're just like grateful. Like, thank you. One conversation, you changed my life. One answer on a forum, you saved everything. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, great. I'm still poor and in a park, but at least sometimes I go to the library and I help somebody on the internet. And so that kind of started my business. And then eventually, like, some of those people I was helping turned into clients and so on and so forth. And here I am.
Awesome. And like, how you met Evan?
Yeah, so Evan was one of the people I was helping. Like, I hopped, like, he ran an entrepreneur forum.
Okay.
Right? He used to run one. Like, he runs Facebook groups, he runs online forums, all kind of things. So this is back in his early days when he had an online forum. And so I was helping a lot of answering a lot of questions there. And like, I'm given this insane, like, brilliant answers. Then his forum moderators, his whole audience, they're all like, yo, this guy is amazing. So he's like, who is this guy? Let me go check it out. And so, you know, we had some interactions. And eventually Evan had a fundraiser for a coffee shop in Toronto that
Yes.
a bus drove through it. So there's a video of Evan telling this story on the channel, but a bus drove through.
Thankful to you. Yeah, saying thank you to.
Thank you, j-ryze video. So,
Yes.
so the bus drove into the coffee shop, and Evan cares about entrepreneurs. He doesn't want this coffee shop to like have insurance costs and all these kind of things. They have to pay everything, renovation. So he held a fundraiser, and he said, everybody come down and let's help out this coffee shop. And I had nothing better to do. And I think I had like $10 at the time, only like total in my account or in my pocket or anything, 10. And it was a chance to say, you know, help somebody. Like, I could help. So even if I die tomorrow or I starve or whatever, at least I could help somebody. And I'm very like dignified and proud. Like, I'm a proud man. So I never tell anybody my situation, like, really. So I show up at the coffee shop, and I have a giant backpack with me, like, giant backpack. But I still look pretty good, like, because I carry myself with pride or whatever. I take care of myself on the streets. Like, I had so many tricks to look good. Like, while I'm homeless. Like, so many tricks. So I show up, and it took like $3 or $2.50 at the time to travel to the thing on the public transit to the coffee shop. So I had to so I only had $7.50 left. So I used like that to buy a coffee at the place, a latte or something. But the latte was like $6. So it was like I wouldn't even be able to get back to my park, like the place that I just lay there. So I don't know like what's gonna happen. But whatever. So I gave there and I met Evan and said hi or whatever, and I thought that was the end of it. Like, okay, great. And then like I walked back to the park in the rain with my pack and I found like 33-cent croissants in a grocery store. Like sometimes they have the day old croissant, it's like extra cheap or whatever. And somehow I made it through. Maybe I borrowed some money from my parents or somebody gave me something or I found a client. I don't know. I can't remember, but somehow I ended up like surviving for another month. And later on, Evan contacted me and was like, "Hey, you want to go for dinner? You were like great at the coffee shop. You're always helping the forum. Maybe we can do something." And so, yeah, so then we met for dinner and we talked until the restaurant closed. And he was like, "Man, this is an amazing conversation. Let's work on some projects or whatever." And that's how I met him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. So, are you grateful to Evan? Like how
Of course.
when you joined his team, what is your feeling? You're like, I'm so intelligent, I'm so smart. Like you are. So
I
when
am.
you join, yes,
Yeah, I am. Like I 100% am. Like it's like
yes,
a singer saying I sing good. It's like it's not magic, it's not special, it's not bragging, just like the truth, you know? Or like a model, I look beautiful. Okay, yeah. Or, a genius. I have a high IQ. Okay. But that doesn't mean like you can't be grateful or gratitude. Like of course I'm so thankful and so grateful to everybody. Everybody, like
yes,
anybody.
yes. Yeah,
Um
I can see that grateful and gratitude in your voice.
Yeah, and hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully in my posts, in my art, in my Insta, in everything I put out, hopefully there's a feeling of uh, gratitude and appreciation. Like I love life. I love that I'm still here. I feel blessed in every way. But a lot of people are like, did Evans like save your life like that moment or that day? Like that's not how it feels. Like when you're when you're homeless and broke and whatever, and you're ready to leave the planet, you don't really care about anything, right? So,
yes,
okay, I could help somebody tomorrow, or I could lay in a park and do nothing. Doesn't really matter. It's not some kind of angel thing like, oh my God, life is amazing now. It's like whatever. So I helped somebody tomorrow, or I didn't lay in a park. Like when you're like at the bottom, you don't suddenly jump to like, oh my God, life is amazing. It doesn't like it's not like you won the lottery magically and like it's just a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little more gratitude, a little more thankful each day until you get back to something reasonable, like something higher.
yes. And like when you are homeless, what about your family? You didn't get support from your family? Like,
Not really. Like I wasn't talking to two of my brothers. No, I wasn't talking to any of my siblings. I was only talking to my parents, and my parents were in Mexico. They moved
okay.
there many years ago. Everyone's saying such nice stuff in the chat. Like I'm talking to
Yes,
you, but when
yes,
people tune in, like I feel like we should say some nice things back. Like thank you guys. Thank you for for all the comments. Um, yeah, but anyways, uh, it's pretty tough for them to help from far away, and like I already like they gave me like $1,000 or something in the first year, or $2,000 in the second year or something, but like I don't want to ask like, oh, can I have more? Like it just they already gave me enough to like live for a month or live for 2 months. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. Like I guess I could keep asking, but why?
but you don't want to.
Yeah.
Yes. And like when you hire a person in your team, like especially by you, what you see in that person?
So I'm kind of a lone wolf. Like when you grow up homeless for so long, like I'm like a rebel, like a badass. Like I don't really I like my freedom. I do what I want when I want. I only want to talk to empire builders and empire builders like Elon Musk and Evan Carmichael and
Right.
these kind of people. Like they're usually like lone wolves too. Like they don't have a ton of friends. They just work and like I work too. Like that's it. You know. So like I don't actually look for people. Like I don't want to hire a team, but I have an interview on Monday with a
Okay.
girl named Lee. Um, I remember seeing you all the time streams and Evan's gratitude streams. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
good.
I was always in the gratitude streams. Um, I started doing gratitude every morning, like way back, like years before that, like before I met Evan. I had my one word before I met Evan, like all these things. So like I was always doing gratitude anyways. But when he set up the gratitude streams, I thought that's amazing. Like everyone should do that. I've always been doing that, but um, yeah.
Awesome. And what is your morning routine? Like you told, like you are interviewing a girl on
Oh
Monday.
yeah, yeah.
So you are hiring that person, like for hiring
Well,
somebody in your.
yeah. I mean, I may hire her. Like I may not. I'm not gonna say. Like I haven't had the interview yet,
Okay.
but maybe.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I usually look for people who are ambitious. They want to grow. They want to rise because it's me, right? If you don't want to rise,
Yes.
we shouldn't even talk. Like so, and they have to be open-minded and receptive because I talk about a lot of taboo things. I talk about porn. I talk about suicide. I
Yes.
talk about all these things nobody wants to talk about. So I can't like hire someone and then this topic gonna bother them and they cannot do anything. So yeah, like I don't know, open mind, ambitious, positive, but I don't really look to hire people anyways.
Okay.
And my morning routine is I meditate, drink water, write gratitude. That's it. Meditate, drink water, write gratitude.
So I heard that, like I heard from a lot of people that you are very good at scheduling things.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, twice this week I help people with scheduling things. But like I don't want to start a scheduling business or something. I just do it because if one of my clients sucks at scheduling, I have to fix it. Like they have to rise or they're gonna have like a terrible time in life. So, I don't know. Like maybe you don't want to do the dishes, but if no one does the dishes, they're gonna pile up. So yeah, I mean, I'm good at so many things. Like I'm good at many things.
Yes. Yes. You are good at like gratitude, and you are good at like web designing. I
Yeah,
noticed so many, and you are good at like a speaking in front of the
thank
camera, and
you.
yes, and also like you're good at giving suggestions to empires like Evan, who is building their empire.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's
You're
my
awesome.
favorite. That's my favorite.
Yes.
Like I love to give solutions. I love to give solutions, but I want to give them to like leaders, thought leaders, influencers,
Dot.
empire builders, because there's only one of me. So if I like put some passion and some fire and I give this solution, the solution has to go to a leader or an empire. Hey, Tommy, welcome, Tommy Thrasher in the house.
Yes,
Tommy's
and
a pretty awesome
yes,
dude.
I just spoke before you.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, correct.
And he's awesome. Like, because you want to give your time only to the empire builders, right? You want
Yeah,
to
because
spend, yes,
if I give my solutions to some average amateur person, it's not going to go anywhere. Like I give them this amazing solution. Here, I help you with your schedule. Great. Now they're going to go to their 9 to 5 job and they're going to have a good schedule. Oh, great. like the world has another 9 to 5 job. It's not good for me. Like if I'm gonna give some brilliant solution, it's a waste to give it to some negative retail worker who's pissed off at their life. Like, what are they gonna do with it? But if I give that same solution to Evan or some other empire builder, they're gonna crush it. They're gonna be like, yes, all right, now I'm gonna go take over the world.
Yes, they make the difference in the other's life as well.
Yeah, so I have to be real careful with who I give my time and my wisdom and my solutions to.
Awesome. And I also read in your story that you slept on cold steel benches and you took calls on cave internet, like shitty cave internets, and also you took radio interview from subway payphone.
Yeah, the loud
Yes.
train, the loud subway platform. I'm on a payphone because I don't have a cell phone. I was homeless. I had no money. I had like a little calling card, and so I put it in the payphone and pick it up, and I'm like looking over my shoulder every 2 seconds, hoping that a train doesn't come because the train gonna be, and the interview is gonna be like, what the hell was that? But they found me online. They saw my site. It looked nice. They're like, wow, you're really smart. You know, can we have an interview? So I'm like, sure, let's have an interview. They don't know I'm homeless. They don't know anything about me at the time. So I'm giving them like rising wisdom and interview from a payphone, subway platform.
Awesome. Like, and
Welcome, Nisath Ahmed.
Ahmad, yes.
Yeah, cool.
And like you like I saw on your site and also on your Instagram feed, like how porn helped you to like to rise and in your quality of thoughts.
So if you look at if you look at animals, right? Animals live they live really well. Like animals live good lives. They're not full of stress. They don't come down with a million diseases. They don't have like crazy sickness. They play and they eat and they sleep and they love their life. They have like a very peaceful, enjoyable life. But animals they're also like totally okay with violence and they're totally okay with sex. If an eagle eats a fish, no problem. Nobody gets upset. If a lion fights another lion, no problem. If those two animals want to fuck, can I swear on your live thing?
Yes.
Okay, so if those two animals want to have sex, they're gonna do it. If they want to like lick themselves or whatever, like they're gonna do it. And like those two things are natural. They're natural things and they help in a lot of ways. Like they help the cells of your body. They help like clear your mind. Like if you go work out or do like a boxing thing or whatever, like you're gonna feel good and energized afterwards. If dogs are play fighting, they're gonna feel good afterwards. But none of them are doing like violence like in a bad way, like let me get a gun and plan the murder of somebody. Like that's not a natural thing. And same with porn, same with sex. If they want to enjoy pleasure, they're gonna enjoy pleasure. It's important. Only humans have a problem with this.
Yes.
Seriously, only humans have a problem with this. And not all humans, just like the West or like the authority or somebody. Like if you go to like some village, some tribal village, they don't have TV, they don't have anything. They probably don't have a problem with sex. You know, like so only like some sections of society have a problem with this. So for me, if I can see something beautiful with my eyes, or if I can look at pleasure, two life forms having pleasure, that's great. And if I could put on the TV and watch like people murdering people and drugs and the news and like, what do you want to put into your eyes? To me, porn's beautiful. Animals have no problem with sex. I have no problem with sex. And like, if you look at any great human being who's created something awesome, they're always okay with sex. Like maybe they don't have any sex at all, but at least they're comfortable with it. They're like they don't hate other people that have sex. Maybe they just I choose not to or whatever, fine. But they're okay with the topic. They're not judging anybody. And so, like for me, if you're not comfortable with that topic, you lose. You have to be comfortable with it. And some people will show it off and do it in public, and some people will do it in private, but some people will abstain from sex completely. But whichever you choose, I don't care, but you have to be comfortable with it. And you can't get upset when someone else chooses a different one. So I choose to look at it. It's enjoyable for me. And if someone wants to watch violence on TV, watch Game of Thrones or like people torturing people, then go ahead. I'll watch porn. Who's worse? Who's like watching the better thing? Doesn't matter. Like just as long as you're comfortable, then let everybody else do whatever. Make sense?
Yes.
Good.
And I recently know that like you posted about your father. So how is his health done?
He's still asleep in a coma. But he's been moving his hands. And like when my brothers and sisters say, squeeze my hand, then he can squeeze it. Maybe like sometimes open your eyes. He can like open his eyes.
Open.
So, whatever's meant to be, hopefully he recovers well and stays with us for some more time. But, I don't think about it too much, because if I think about it, then it's gonna bring me down, and then I'm not helpful. Like I'm not helpful to the world, right? Like, okay, my father is recovering from a coma, from a brain stroke or whatever.
Stroke.
But we don't need me also depressed, laying around doing nothing, helping nobody. So the most important thing for me is that I'm focused on something positive for the day.
Yeah, Tommy is asking, is Don still in Mexico?
Tommy asked a good question. Yeah, mom and dad live in Mexico, and their dad's in the best hospital, or one of the best hospitals there. And he had 3 brain surgeries in a week, and since then he's been in an induced coma, and they're taking away the sedatives. Like each day they're reducing the sedatives, like. And hopefully he'll awaken on his own. They can force him to wake up, but that's not a good thing, apparently. So. Yes.
And like how you get the different kind of thoughts, like you have this from like since your childhood, or you cultivated it through books, or
both. So since I was a kid, I always want a new idea. I always want the new thoughts. I want the cutting edge beliefs. Like I want to know all the best thoughts on the planet. And so since I was a kid, like if I learn something, I just want to rise. Like I just want to learn more next second. Like I'm never satisfied. I always want to learn more. But like I cultivate it because of that attitude. That means I'm always like I speed read, and I'm always finding new books, and I'm always researching new things on the internet, or finding new things, or talking to new people, or whatever. So like it's a combination, like natural born talent and then cultivation. And I think it's the same for anybody. Like, oh, you're a great singer. Were you like that as a kid? Yeah, I danced and played and sang as a kid, but also I've cultivated it. There's a few people, I guess, that go a different direction. Like they pick up something later in life and then start cultivating it. But I don't think it's common for that to be their career. Like,
and yeah, I got it. Like you have it's like a natural thing for you, and also you cultivated it.
Tommy asked a good question. Can I explain how I learned to speed read? So I've speed read. I've speed read since like I was a child. So it's like as long as I can remember. And so when you do something when you're a child, usually you can't explain how you learned it because you're a kid. It's like I don't know,
Yes.
I learned it. I don't remember that time or whatever. But there are common principles like if you ask a kid how they learn to oh you learn to walk so fast or learn to talk so fast or learn to ride a bike so fast or you picked up basketball super quick. Um they can't explain how they did it, but if you examine how they did it, there's always the same thing. They loved it and they practiced it, right? Like they didn't go out to a library and study
Yes.
to ride a bike or to play basketball, but they're good at it. How are they good at it? It's so simple. They loved it and they practiced it. Tristana, come here. Okay, so yeah, so if you love it and you practice it, you'll get better. And there are like world record holders, speed reading world record holders that teach courses, and you can learn from them like how to do it. But but ultimately, it just comes back to you love it and you practice it. Like I'm sure the first time I picked up a book, I wasn't magically fast, but I read it, and then I wanted to read another book, and I wanted to read another one. I wanted to read it so much, and so like as a kid, you just know, oh, if I try it faster next time, I'll get to read more books. So aha! Now I have time to read more books, and then the next day practice, and now I have time to read more books because I did it faster and faster. So I think it's like any other skill. I don't think it's special.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope that answers it, Tommy. Man, I don't know. Like, and
Yeah,
welcome,
first,
Joyce Kanakwa. Kanakwa?
and also Shannon also came in. She
Oh, and
is
Shannon. Thank you so much, everyone.
yeah, she is Thomas' wife.
Tommy's wife?
Yeah.
Oh, we got like a
Precious.
whole family in here. I love it. It's
Yes.
good vibes. Thank you all. Thank you. So
And
yeah.
like, what are the books you suggest to me or like younger generation
Oh my
who are
God, I've read
starting?
so many books.
Who like
Um,
a top in the list?
Ask and It Is Given. Ask and It Is Given by
Yep.
Abraham
Okay.
Hicks. It's like a weird like hippie shit. Like it's crazy law of attraction, the secret stuff. But I'm telling you, man, it will change your life. Like I don't I know no one talks about it because it's such a weird book, but like absolutely fantastic. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
All
Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Um, Busting Loose from the Money Game. Busting Loose from the Money Game by Robert Scheinlin. I don't know. I could list so many books. Intimate Communion by David Data.
okay.
Oh, Tommy loves Abraham. Nice. I'm not surprised. Uh, I could tell you were a law of attraction Abraham guy. So Tommy's probably already read Asking It Is Given, but those other books I named are amazing too. Busting Loose from the Money Game is pretty epic.
So like, who are the top 3 persons inspiring people or motivational people in your life?
Uh, Tristana, come here. Say hi.
Hi. Hi,
This one.
Christian. Yes.
This is super inspiring. Tristana, animals are super inspiring to me. Kids are super inspiring to me. I think they have the ticket, man. They know how to live life. Like if you want to like find somebody to copy them. Even for building something great. Like ants and bees build huge giant things.
Yes.
So if you want like personalities, like Evan's super inspiring. Kanye's super inspiring. Howard Schultz, Steve Jobs. Um, but like I'm not really inspired by people.
Okay.
Because like I said, I'm a lone wolf. Like I just do what I want. I do my own thing always. Like if you ask anyone in my life, like you can't tell me what to do, you can't nudge me what to do. I'm not looking to copy anybody. Like I just do what I want. And so like everyone in the whole like motivational, inspirational circles, like I know they're valuable and I study them and I love them and but like it's not like I wake up and I'm like, oh, they inspire me to do whatever, because I already do what I want anyways. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who inspires me. Kids and animals.
Okay. Yes. Because like I love kids, being with kids, and because they don't take others' opinions into matters.
Yeah,
That's
neither
what
do
I
I.
do. Yeah. That's why. And like how you what is your 24 hours of your day look like what you do in 24 hours?
I do whatever I want.
Okay. So
Some
there
days
is no
I'm like,
particular, yeah.
some days I spend the whole day making a video.
Okay.
Some days I spend the whole day talking with someone like you. Some days I lay around in a park and do nothing. Some days I'm dog sitting Timo, like Tristana. Some days I'm playing League of Legends. Like all these great men, like I'm great with schedules. I just help two people make these amazing schedules, like insane schedules. But my schedule's more like Paulo Coelho or Warren Buffett. They have large portions of flex time. They're like they just sort of go with the flow and do whatever they want, you know. But I'm productive. Like I'm more productive than most people or anyone I know. Like, well, I'm not more productive than Evan, but like I'm happy with my schedule, and that's what matters. And I'm happy that it changes all the time. Welcome, Cheyenne. Cheyenne.
Oliver.
Cool. You have a great community here. Like really nice
Thank
people.
you.
And thank you, Tommy. You both inspire me.
And you have like very clear of thought. That's what.
I love clarity. I love clear thought. Like I love it. Like to me, you can't rise without clear thought. So everyone will stay where they are unless they have clear thought.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Einstein. Oh, that's good. So people with clear thought inspire me.
Awesome.
Yeah, like Osho or Einstein or King Solomon from the Bible. Like he had really clear thought. Bruce Lee. Yeah.
And do you believe in God?
Depends what you mean. God is a really weird word. It could mean anything to anybody. Like
Okay.
to some people it means like Mohammed, the Prophet, Allah. Some people it means Buddha. Some
Jesus.
people one God, Christian God, every God, no
Yes.
God. Like the universe. Is it the universe, life, karma? So like, to ask, do you believe in God? I say like, I don't know how anyone can answer that question unless you clarify the question.
Okay.
But if you mean like, do you believe in a higher power than myself? Yeah, I do, but I also believe I'm connected to the higher power and the higher power inside me and the higher power inside everyone. So like the higher power is me. So like,
You
yeah, I don't
believe
know.
in you. Yes.
Discussing something that big with language seems difficult and not a great idea, but
Yes.
that's
And
a good answer.
and also like I saw in your website about astrology. Do you believe in, or you have put your charts on your
Yeah, I
site?
I posted that. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
dated this chick. I dated this chick who was an astrologer, like a professional astrologer for a while. And when we were going out, she was like, "Oh my God, your chart is so amazing. You're like such a unique person. I've never seen a chart like this." Like, because I'm a cusp or Virgo Libra cusp, like half of one
Yes.
and half of the other or something. Um, so like it could just be she just wanted to like sleep with me, like I want to be with this guy, so let me say some nice things. But also probably genuine. I don't think she like makes things up as an astrologer. But I didn't know much. Like I didn't know whether to like if it's true or not. I mean, I don't know. Sure, thank you. Like great. Um, and then she showed me the chart, and like a lot of it seemed correct, like of how I am. But I also believe that everyone changes and adapts, and like I don't have to be a certain way. I can be any way I want to be. Like I could have the personality of any chart sign I want. So like it's a bit weird uh to like see like agree with her, but then also believe I can change. So like to me, astrology is just a way of navigating the world. Like it's someone trying to like do their best in life. So a Buddhist will use like Buddhist proverbs and teachings to navigate the world, and like Islam, like a Muslim will use the Quran to navigate the world. And so astrologers, they pick up their book and they pick up the charts, and for them that's how they navigate the world. But to me, all of those are just like helpers. It's just helpers for them to explain a complicated thing about life. And for me, I have clear thought, like you said, like I have pretty clear thought. And so I don't feel like I need helpers to help me explain and navigate life. Like, sure, the Quran has some good things. Sure, the Bible has some good things. Sure, astrology has some good things. But I mean, are any of them necessary? Like, animals don't need any of those things. And
Yes.
animals are love. Like, animals are heaven. Animals are amazing. They're a blessing to the planet in every way, unless you like train them to be terrible or something. But um, yeah, they don't need extra help. So like, why do I?
And in one of the video, I saw that introducing SOAR to audience, I saw that j-ryze is not for all. Like how, yes, how you choose your clients.
Just by feel, like I can tell. I have a clear mind, like you said, and I'm a good judge of character, and I know who will work with me and when. Like, I'm not closed to any client, but like my main focus is that it's gonna help them and it's gonna help me. That's it. Like, it has to be win-win, and it has to be a good fit at the right time. And that does like not every person on the planet is just magically a good fit. Like, even if they're nice people, like amazing human beings, like like you might want to be friends with somebody, or you might want to like do something with this child or this niece, but like if the child is not ready, or they're like focused on other things, they're going to play a game, or they're doing other things, you don't try to force it. Like, doesn't mean it's bad or wrong. So you just like vibe it out. Like, oh, I can tell this kid's not ready right now, or this person, like, and same for businesses to me, like same for empire builders. Great. Like, I love all of them, but I'm not gonna force it if we're not ready. And like, even if they're hungry for it, they're like, yeah, I want it. It's like, yeah, like, the kid's like, oh, I'm ready to cook on the barbecue. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna give you the gas and the lighter and the flame like right now, man. Like, it won't help. Like, so I guess same for hiring. I look for ambition and openness, responsiveness, like ready to act, ready to grow, ready to rise. I don't know. I feel like
Awesome.
everyone makes this stuff too complicated. Like,
Yes.
how do you schedule? How do you live your life? How do you believe in the Bible? How do you hire? How do you choose clients? Like, I really feel like You just trust your gut, man. You could live on instinct. I think you could live almost entirely on instinct and your life would be simple. Animals live on instinct. Why not? Why not us?
Awesome. And like, why people has to choose j-ryze? Why j-ryze?
They don't. Nobody has to choose me. I'm not like trying to sell anybody or convince anybody. But I'm very unique and very different, and one conversation with me will give you more growth and more insights and more magic and more speed and more momentum and more fire than anybody else. I'm sure of it. Like, there's nobody who's gonna give this much gold in half an hour or an hour. Like, we covered everything: sex, violence, homelessness, suicide, depression, like business, money, book recommendations, speed reading, how to learn, animals, inspiration, kids. We covered everything. It's pure fire.
Yes.
It's nonstop. Imagine if you had this every day or once a week. Like, your business, your life would explode. What if we talk branding? What if we talk colors? What if we talk content management? What if we talk strategy? I will crush it on all the topics. What if we talk health? Like, I will crush it on every topic, and you will walk away feeling amazing. So, like, that's just a fact. But I'm not trying to sell anybody. That's just, like, if you want that kind of thing, then you come to me. And if you don't want that kind of thing, you don't. But like strong alcohol or like fire, like, it's dangerous, so you can't fuck around with it. Like, you have to be ready. Like, I'm a lot of power and a lot of growth and a lot of momentum in one package. Like, I will help you rise. But, like, most people shouldn't be handling, like, nuclear weapons are really strong, you know? Lasers are really powerful, but most people on the planet shouldn't be fiddling around with them. So, same with me. That's why empire builders only.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And do you have, can you give me one advice? Bo join us.
Yeah, Bo just made it in. I love it. I love it. Right for the end.
Yes.
What's your question?
Like, one advice for me.
For you?
Yes. To rise.
One advice for you to rise. Follow your instinct. Like, you're great at asking questions and interviewing. It's a talent. It's a skill for you. So maybe you want to do more of it. But like, your schedule and like your systems and what books you should read and all these things, you don't need me. You don't need anybody to give you those answers. You have those answers. It's in your instinct. So follow your instinct. Even if it seems crazy or weird, even if it makes you homeless, it will work out. Like, even if it makes you stop talking to your family, it'll work out. Like, you'll become a great person and things will work out. But you have to follow your instinct, like animals and kids. You were a kid once, right?
Yes.
Right. And when you were a kid, how did you operate? How did you navigate? How did you live in the world? Through instinct. And you grew. You grew fast. You learned fast. Life worked out for you when you operate on instinct. But when we become adults, everybody stops. No more instinct. I must learn from somebody. I must study the data. I must research. No instinct. It's slow. It's a slow way to grow. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of research. It's bullshit. Instinct is fast. If you want to grow fast, like you did when you were a kid, then get back to it. Be like a kid again. And do what is fun. Do what is in your instinct. And you will grow super fast. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you
I
so much.
honored, like,
Thank you to your
I'm
audience.
so honored, like, yeah. I feel very grateful.
I feel grateful. And there's a
Yes.
lot of love and hearts in the chat too.
Chat, yes. Bo is doing that.
Is it Bo? Yeah.
Yes,
Showing the love?
sending. Yes.
I'm not surprised. I don't know if you're gonna save this replay and put it on your YouTube or whatever.
Yes, I will.
Okay, cool. So then people who missed it, they can check it out. So
Yes,
that's it.
I'll
That's
do.
me
I'm
signing
doing.
off, guys.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Much love. See ya on Insta.
Yes, thank you.
Together we rise. The Merkin King. All right. How do I end this thing?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. It was wonderful. He is packed. Like when I have gone through his website, he's full of knowledge and his life story is awesome. You have to check him out. Go and check his Instagram profile, and also you'll find more about him on his website, j-ryze.me. You have to check him. Thank you, guys.